truth did the tape tell you?
Critical either between the penalties, the turnovers, an assignment error here, a missed tackle there. I mean, that's what it came down to. I think there's a lot of opportunities that if those plays didn't happen, the ball goes and bounces our way. But that wasn't the case, right? So turnovers again, bit us in the butt. 4 penalties, but they were critical, and in critical moments took points off the board. Turnovers as well. We had an interception on one, and then it's 3rd and 18. We're off the field, and that drive continues to a touchdown.
I asked you before the season about Luke Getsy calling plays from the field or the booth, and you say we kind of play by it, play by ear. Is there any thoughts of moving Getsy upstairs or maybe get a better view of the field?
I mean, I've thought about it. I haven't made a decision yet.
AP, clearly the refs have a directive from the NFL. They've got to protect quarterbacks, so I'm not blaming them. But when I went back and watched the Matthew Butler personal foul, had his arms on him before the ball was released, I know it's the rule, and they enforced it properly. How do you teach a player to play differently? I didn't see anything that he could have done. I'm not blaming the refs. I'm not trying to get you to do that. I'm asking as a coach, how do you coach that?
Well, the only way we teach it and the way we teach it and coach it is when you're about to land on a quarterback. You've seen it with Max against, I believe, it was the Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson. You got to kind of hit him and kind of roll to the right and left. You can't put all your body weight on him. We can't land directly on him. Right, wrong. I mean, they called it. I mean, we do teach it to go to one side or the other, and that's the biggest takeaway that we're going to talk to Matt Butler about.
I guess similar to that, just in terms of coaching points, on the ineligible man downfield, looked like Jackson and Andre were blocking, and then they kind of disengaged, but they were just stuck there. Like, I guess, what are they supposed to do?
Well, I don't even think it was disengaged. If you look at it, Hayward slings 68 forward for extra yard, and it's 2.5 yards from the line of scrimmage. And it's one of those you got to live with. And if you guys are watching, that call went back and forth a couple times. Just didn't go in our favor.
When you watch the film, are you happy with the defensive pressure you guys put on Justin?
I thought we did a good job in the first half. I thought it was consistent. There was obviously some times you saw some breakdowns where he was able to escape. But, look, that's a good quarterback. That was going to happen. But I thought the rush integrity, the coordination, the pressure, I thought Trayvon Merrick did a hell of a job by the line of scrimmage. Some pressures that he brought really helped us there. Diablo looked, lightning fast, and that was good to see with him. He flashed. So really, really pleased with what we did, as far as rushing the passer in our passing game.
It seemed like the energy Diablo brought, especially in the first half, was something that was good for the team to get back out there. What did you see from him yesterday?
I thought the energy was good in the first half from our entire team, to be honest, even with the mistakes that happened late in the second quarter. I thought the guys' effort was there, the energy, the tackling was really key early on in the game. You saw a lot of Raiders around. There was some big gentlemen there on the other side that you got to get to their legs quickly and get them down. But I thought Diablo, like we always talked about, he moved like a linebacker. Really good job in coverage on that interception. If you watch him, he's reading the quarterback, shuffle, and then he makes a little burst there, and he makes a hell of a play on the ball.
Ja'Cory Bennett went in and out quite a bit. Was that part of the game plan? Did you guys see something that you thought you could take advantage of?
Oh, no, it was just personnel. Rubens.
Coach, speaking of personnel, on the very first drive, you guys moved the ball 10 plays, 70 yards. Alexander Mattison had over half of those yards. Second drive, he's out of the game. We asked Alex after the game if he was healthy. He said yes. What explanation did Luke Getsy give to you for why Alex was not in the game on the second drive?
Yeah, I mean, I think we always try to keep guys fresh. I don't think it was on purpose or anything of that nature. And obviously, Alex has been really a bright spot for us running the ball. If you just go back to week one, I think all our touchdowns mostly are from him at the running back position. He's done a hell of a job. Catching the ball at the backfield, protection. I think that was just the flow of the game. Yeah, when you look back at it, you're like, man, what's going on? But obviously, he's a big factor and a big piece of our offense. And we got to just obviously do a better job just keeping him in the flow of the game, because after that, it's easy to point to that as one of the reasons why.
Earlier, at the beginning of the season, Jonah was a guy that you guys picked up and you said you would like.
Who was that? I'm sorry?
Jonah Lalu,
okay.
saw him at the local pro day, things like that, was able to pick him up. I believe he had a half a sack or a sack yesterday. Can you just talk about the progression you've seen from him since he's been in the building?
Yeah, I think each and every week just getting him more and more reps. Obviously, he's playing a lot more now with the injury to Christian. But get him out there on early downs. I thought he had a good job. He had 2 pressures yesterday that we counted for. I think he's doing a good job playing within our scheme, playing with his hands. He's going to be a good player down the road. These are good reps for him going down, especially for the future of us.
Your messaging has been consistent that you guys are focused on the field and what's going on. Mm-hmm. The team has said the same thing. The players said that they're focused on the field. But the last 2 weeks with the Devontae situation going on, the performances haven't been there on Sunday. Do you think there is distraction going on?
No, I think it's just production. Guys got to produce. We still got 11 guys out there. We still got some good football players now. Yesterday we're down a little bit with Jacoby. That one hurt. But I thought Brock stepped up, and he's been a bright spot for us each and every week. And we just need some of these other core guys. Look, some of these guys, to their credit, was just on the practice squad and getting them opportunities, and you got to make the most of it. You always want those opportunities, but you got to be detailed, and when they come, you make the most of them.
When it comes to Brock, Antonio, has he been more than advertised? What you thought? I mean, obviously taking him 13th overall, you're expecting a lot out of that guy. But in terms of what he's been able to produce, has that been a surprise, or how big of a surprise?
No, I don't think it's a surprise. It's everything you saw on film. It's now in the National Football League, and it's for the Raiders. I mean, hell of a job even on that penalty, right, on the holding call. One-hand catch. I mean, the yak. I mean, the things that we're able to do with him. I mean, it makes it tough matchups. And you can see now teams are trying to change up ways that they're, defending him. I think with Brock, though, what I love and foremost, if you just watch the running game, just watch him finish guys down the field, out of bounds. There's a clip with him and T.J. Watt and the way he finished that run. I mean, that's what makes him unique, because we know how special he is in the passing game, but to then go out there and have that effort in the run game, that's legit.
AP, watching the film, it really looked like DJ had a very good game. I'm not calling him Anthony Munoz, but for a rookie, how pleased are you with his performance?
Yeah, I mean, Watt is a special player. And we've now seen DJ in for 3 weeks in a row now, and I don't think he's given up a sack. I know we had the penalties last week, but to watch what he did in the passing game, especially against Watt, and just, we talked about this even when he was going against Max and these guys in training camp, his ability to stay in front of people, use his hands. I mean, he's really light on his feet, really good athlete. And now, did we chip and do some things to help him out? Of course, he's a rookie going against an all-pro, one of the best in the game. But I thought throughout the body of work was really, that's a bright future for us if we can keep that going.
Any more takeaways when you look back at the Abdullah challenge situation?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those things, man. Like, it's going fast. Momentum is on our side. They're subbing. Guys are out, down, The play just happened so fast. Yeah, when you look at it in retrospect because of what happened in the next play, you want to throw the challenge flag. But didn't do it, so I can't live off that world.
What did you think of Aiden's performance with his first start?
I thought he got off to a fast start. Quick, got the ball out of his hands. We wanted to take some more shots down the field. That didn't happen when he took one down the field, wanted more. The interception at the end, 3rd 18, trying to make a play, but, just be smart still with the football. We don't want that to show up on the stat sheet. But I thought he stayed in the pocket. He gave us a chance, and, and Aiden was Aiden. Like, that's what we expected. Nothing more, nothing less.
Talk about the fast starts the last couple of weeks. Have you guys been putting more like a concerted effort on like scripting or just planning like real quick first opening drives?
You talking about offensively or just
offensively? Sorry.
That first drive was scripted. I thought Luke and those guys did a hell of a job. And then you obviously got to make adjustments, right? And they started to make adjustments as well. But yes, that's been the key for us offensively. Having that script, getting guys comfortable, especially the quarterbacks and receivers, knowing what's coming, what to expect. You can walk through that 1,000 times. And the good thing is we put it on paper. What we're struggling at right now is in the second quarter. Right, something's going on late in the second quarter, either turnover or a bad play on defense, and we're not going into the half the way we want to.
How do you stop that from snowballing? Because that's what it seemed like it was yesterday. One thing led to another.
Yeah. Well, I will say this, right? Even after the fumble, they scored a touchdown and then go back even to like the block punt. I think the defense does a good job responding. We're fighting. We got an interception. Again, there was a penalty there that took it back. Guys are battling their asses off, right? They're battling. They're not blinking. They're not flinching. You hear it on the sideline. They're like, AP, we got it. They're telling each other they got it. It's just, you can't have those kind of plays, man. Like, look, you can't turn the ball over and you can't have penalties. That's just the easiest way to lose a football game, and we're doing that.
Offensively, then, what is it more of a scheme thing? Is it a play calling thing? Is it execution? When you guys hit, like you said, when you're on the script, everything is nice and it's humming. Mm-hmm. And then once you get off scripts, it seems like things just kind of go sideways a little bit.
Yeah.
What's going on there, you think?
I think it's both. I'm not going to put it on the players, I'm going to put it on the coaches. It's both. It's hand in hand, right? Because there's a play call that's called in, and it's not always the best play call. It doesn't matter. But it's up to the players to make it the best play call, and vice versa, right? So I think as we go in here and I talk to the team, being detailed, doing your job to your best ability, straightening, finishing it, and obviously as a coach and a coordinator, putting your guys in position to make plays. That's what you're paid to do. And we obviously got to find a better way of getting the ball into our playmakers' hands, being more creative. I thought, let's go back just a couple weeks ago. When we needed some explosive runs, we found creative ways to do that. So whatever we got to do as we're battling, guys in and out the lineup to be creative, to create explosive plays, we got to do it throughout the course of the game.
You mentioned that block punt. I'm sorry. Was that a miscommunication on the line? Just
yes.
Rush up the middle?
Yeah, communication error.
Going back to Brock, is that the next step in his development where teams are focused on him? He's the primary guy, and he's still able to make plays?
Say that again?
Sorry, is that the next step in Brock's development where opposing teams are kind of focused on him? He's the primary guy they're worried about, and they still can make plays?
Yeah, I mean, but you still don't want to force it though, right? There's still other guys there. Like I said, just other guys stepping up because at the end of the day, look, we're not going to ever not go to Brock right now. Even when he's covered, he's open. That's how I look at it, right? Throw him the rock, big hands, big mitts. He catches everything around him. So just keep, don't force it. Be smart, and then obviously, if there's something else that's available, take those plays as well. I think it's going to be just really key when we start getting our guys back and we get healthy. That should really help us as well.
AP, do you want your offense to be more attacking? I'll give you an example. First drive of the second half, first and 20, run up the middle. Second 18, run up the middle. Do you want to see them be more attacking?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to be conservative at all. That's not what we're preaching. But if it is first and 20, that's bad ball too now, right? Something a negative play happened. We had a holding penalty on that play. If you think about it, it was a 20-yard reception to Brock that got called back because of a holding penalty. So, do you want to have 2 consecutive runs? Maybe not, right? Then on third down, it's obvious what you got to do on third and 18. That's going to be in favor of the defense. So I think just putting ourselves in a position where first and foremost, we're not in first and 20. We got to do a better job on P&10s, on first and down, so we don't have so many third downs. You don't want to be in the world of having 12 and 15-plus third downs each and every week.
You mentioned, Antonio, guys getting healthy and coming back, and you said last week that Devontae's hamstring was getting closer. What's the latest with him?
It's same as I know. I haven't talked to Chris today. I mean, it's around 11 o'clock. I just finished with the coaches. So I'll know more probably later on today, and obviously Wednesday when I talk to you guys.
Jacoby?
Yeah, I'm hoping so. We try to get Jacoby, try to give it a run on Sunday morning, just wasn't able to do it.
Very good.
Cool. All right. Thank you.